Hi guys, this is Naomi here. Before we start, did you know that Princess Rapunzel was named after the herbs? Herbs. Why is that? Why? 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 So, if you're curious about it, please stay tuned to my storytelling. Thank you.
With the brothers, boo, you know how we do.
There once lived a man and a woman who always wished for a child, but unfortunately, they could not get one. This couple had a little window at the back of their house from which a splendid garden could be seen. The garden was full of herbs and flowers. It was, however, surrounded by a high wall, and no one dared to go there because it belonged to a witch, yes, witch, who had a great power and was feared by all around the world. One day, the woman was standing by the window and looking down into the garden when she saw a bed which was planted with the most tasty Rapunzel. I mentioned earlier that Rapunzel is the name of herbs, right? Did you know? It looked so fresh and green that she longed for it and had the greatest desire to eat some. This desire increased every day. The woman knew that she could not get any of it and grew more pale and miserable each day. Her husband was worried for her and asked, "Dear, what's wrong? I think if I can't eat some of the Rapunzel behind our house, I think I shall die." "Sooner than let my lovely wife die, I will bring her some of the Rapunzel myself, no matter what the cost." In the twilight of the evening, he climbed over the wall into the garden of the witch, hastily grabbed a handful of Rapunzel, and took it to his wife. She at once made herself a salad and ate it happily. She, however, liked it so very much, that the next day she longed for it 3 times as much as before. If he was to have any rest, her husband must once more descend into the garden. In the gloom of the evening, therefore, he set out again. But when he had climbed over the wall, he was terribly afraid, for he saw the witch standing before him. "How dare you sneak into my garden and steal my Rapunzel like a thief? You shall suffer for this. Please have mercy. I had to have the Rapunzel. My wife saw it from the window and she's longing for it, that she would die if she not get some. If it's true, I will allow you to take as much as you can, but I make one condition. I will take the daughter that your wife will bring into this world. She shall be well treated, and I will take care of her like a mother." The man in his fear consented, and when the baby was born, the witch appeared at once, gave the child the name of Rapunzel, and took the baby away with her. Rapunzel grew into the most beautiful child beneath the sun. When she was 12 years old, the witch shut her into a tower, which lay in a forest. The tower had no stairs or doors, but only a little window at the very top. When the witch wanted to go in, she stood beneath the window and cried, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." Rapunzel had magnificent long hair, fine as spun gold, and when she heard the voice of the witch, she wound her braids around one of the hooks of the window, and then the hair fell down the side of the tower, and the witch climbed up by it. After a year or two, it came to pass that the prince rode through the forest and went by the tower. He heard a song which was so lovely, and he stood still and listened. This was Rapunzel, who in her loneliness passed her time by singing. The prince wanted to climb up to her and look for the window of the tower, but none was to be found. He rode home, but the singing had so deeply touched his heart that every day he went out into the forest and listened to it. Once, when he was standing behind a tree listening to Rapunzel's song, he saw the witch come and heard how she cried. Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair. If that is the ladder by which one mounts, I will for once try my fortune. And the next day, when it began to grow dark, he went to the tower and cried, Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair. At first, Rapunzel was terribly frightened when a man such as her eyes had never seen before came into her, but the prince began to talk to her quite like a friend and told her that his heart had been so stirred by her singing that it had let him have no rest. Then Rapunzel lost her fear, and when he asked her if she would take him for her husband, and she saw that he was kind and handsome, she said yes. I will willingly to go away with you, but I don't know how to get down. If you come back, please bring a little bit of silk and I will weave a ladder from it. When it's ready, I will go away with you and we shall escape together. They agreed that until that time he should come to her every evening, for the old woman came by day. The witch knew nothing of this until once Rapunzel said in her distraction, "Oh my, you're so much heavier than the young prince when you climb." "Ah, you wicked child, what did he say? I thought I already separated you from all the world, but you deceived me." In her anger, she clutched Rapunzel's beautiful hair, seized a pair of scissors, snip snap, cut it all off. Rapunzel's lovely braid lay on the ground, but the witch was not through. She was so angry that she took poor Rapunzel into a desert where she had to live in great misery and grief. The witch rushed to the tower and fastened the braids of hair which she had to cut off to the hook of the window, and when the prince came and cried, Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair, she let the hair down. The prince climbed to the window, but he did not find his dearest Rapunzel above, but the witch, who gazed at him with a wicked and venomous look. Aha, you've come for Rapunzel, but the bird sits no longer in the nest singing, and the cat will scratch out of your eyes. Rapunzel is banished, and you will never see her again." The prince was beside himself, and in his despair he fell down from the tower. He escaped with his life, but the thorns into which he fell pierced his eyes. Then he wandered quite blind about the forest, ate nothing but roots and berries, and did nothing but weep over the loss of his dearest Rapunzel. In this way, the prince roamed in misery for some months, and at length, come to the desert, where the witch had banished Rapunzel. He heard a singing voice, and it seemed so familiar to him that he went towards it. When he approached, Rapunzel knew him and fell into his arms and wept. Two of her tears fell on his eyes, and Prince suddenly could see again. He led her to his kingdom, where he was joyfully received, and they lived for a long time afterwards, happily ever